Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with PopWire today.
Thank you.
I'm such a big fan of the show, and it's such a huge honor speaking with you today.
Well, thanks.
First off, let's start from the beginning. How did you come up with the concept of the show?
Boy, that goes back a ways. Scare tactics before this reiteration with Jordan Peele and MonkeyPaw. Scare tactics was on the SYFY channel for 6 seasons and 119 episodes. And it started back in 2003. And what happened was I was producing another show called Spy TV for NBC. And SYFY approached me and my business partner at the time about doing a scary hidden camera show for them. So we went and we developed it with SYFY's in-house development team called the SYFY Lab. And we came up with this idea for a scary hidden camera show with, a sci-fi twist. And, they funded a pilot. We got Shannon Doherty to host it. It tested really well. The pranks we did for the pilot turned out great. And eventually, we got picked up and off and running. And then, it's been a little bit of a hiatus now, but we're back and in a big way with Jordan and MonkeyPaw and USA, and just really excited for it.
It brings together my two favorite TV genre. I love horror, I love prank shows. So this is a perfect merging of the two.
Of that.
I love formats in not only are you setting everything up for the targets, but you're also taking the viewers along for the whole story as well.
Uh-huh.
I like that there are no cuts back and forth to Video Village during the scenarios like other prank shows do. So you get really invested, in the story, and it's easy to follow along. Was this format a conscious decision?
Absolutely. We think what sets Scare Tactics apart from other prank shows is its kind of cinematic quality, because we are kind of merging horror and comedy. We're not going to scare the viewers, probably. We're going to maybe startle you. We might get a couple of jump scares out of people, but we're going to scare one person who's the hero, who's a protagonist in the story. And then the audience is going to hopefully enjoy being in on the joke, as you said. They're part of the prank in that way. And they may not know what's coming, but they know that this person doesn't know what's coming. And as it gets revealed, they kind of get to take joy in watching the prank unfold.
Another thing I love that is Scare Tactics, it doesn't go straight into the scares. There's all this build-up in the story. So you get to see the targets start to slowly get uneasy and uncomfortable, which is so brilliant that you guys do that. What is the creative process like when you're coming up with the stories and scenarios for the season?
We have a very talented group of writer and producers on the show, and we really do. We come up, with concepts, and then we kind of talk them through, because you're right, that build is super important. You can't just have someone show up somewhere and then have a monster come out, right? You gotta build up to it. So there are kind of 3 stages of a Scare Tactics prank, which is, that's odd. The first thing happens and it's a little bit weird. It's like, I wasn't expecting that. And then the second moment is kind of the WTF moment. It's like, okay, this is getting really weird. And then the third moment is when all hell breaks loose and it's like, okay, I'm out. This is too much. And that's when the monster comes out. So you got to have that slow build to get them in the mood, get them in the moment, because Scare Tactics really is at its best when we get people to believe the unbelievable. And to do that, you have to set their reality for them and have to get them believing that this could happen. Back in the old show, people really did believe that Bigfoot was outside their camper, when they saw Bigfoot.
Such an amazing one. Oh my God, I love that one.
Oh, thank you. I'm a Northwest kid, so I grew up with Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I'm in Seattle. Where are you from?
Olympia, Tumwater, Washington.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, right on. Now I went to Wazoo. I don't know if you went to UW or but I am a WSU guy too.
Oh no,
but,
I love that.
Yeah, so that's probably why Bigfoot resonated so much for you too, because we grew up with that lore and there's something in the woods and all that stuff. And I remember watching those Bigfoot kind of documentaries when I was a kid, and the most terrifying thing was someone was sitting on the couch in their living room and there was a window behind them, and like a Bigfoot arm crashes through the window and tries to grab them. And I was just, as a kid, I never sat with my back to a window because I was afraid Bigfoot was going to get me. So it was so kind of cathartic to be able to do a Bigfoot prank. And we've got one coming up on this season of Scare Tactics as well. So
Excellent. It's been a long time since Scare Tactics was on the air, and with all the advancements in technology and practical special effects, was there anything this new iteration does that you weren't able to do before?
I think the best thing is the advancements in camera technology, and the being able to shoot in low light and being able to get really clear pictures, because in a show like this, the most important shot is this one right here of the hero as they're going through the thing. We want to see their face. We want to identify them with them. We want to see their reactions. And so being able to shoot in low light is great, but then also the lighting technology, the lighting effects we can do with the LED bulbs and the, changing colors and going off and on. And there's so much more control with the lighting, with the cameras, with drones, being able to use drones now and all that kind of stuff, where you used to have to rent a helicopter if you wanted an aerial shot or something like that. So it all kind of helps us meet our goal of making a really cinematic experience for the viewers. Like, we want these to be little miniature horror movies. And so being able to tap into that great technology helps us make these things as cinematic as possible.
Scare Tactics had some incredible scares during its original run. Besides the Bigfoot, are there any others this season that recreates or pays homage to any of them from before?
Absolutely. In the first episode, our prank called Dearly Bedeviled, where it's kind of a shotgun wedding where a woman's, about to give birth, and what she gives birth to is an homage to a bit we did on the original series called Satan's Baby. And it's the same actor, actually.
I was just going to ask you that. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's the same actor.
Yeah, it's Gabriel Pimentel. He's a little person. He's like 30 inches tall. He's the nicest guy in the world, but there's something about Gabriel that is just otherworldly. He has been our secret weapon for Scare Tactics throughout the years. And if a lot of people know the rat monster bit, that was Gabriel, half man, half rat. Satan's Baby. VH1 did 4 40 Greatest Pranks specials where they did a countdown, and a Scare Tactics prank was #1 on every countdown, and it was a Gabriel bit. It was something that Gabriel was in. So that guy's a secret weapon, and I'm so happy that we're able to lead off the first episode with Gabriel in one of our bits, continuing to do what he does best, which is freak people out.
I love it. Oh gosh, yes, that's so awesome that he's able to come back for this. I love it.
Yeah, and he loves the show. He's our biggest, not only a great actor and a great kind of good luck charm for us, but he loves the show. He's one of our biggest fans too.
For this reboot, you are partnering with MonkeyPaw Productions. How did this collaboration come about, and why did you think they were the right choice to bring the show back?
It's a great question. And it was, we last shot new episodes of Scare Tactics in 2011. And then the last original episodes aired on SYFY in 2015. So as I kind of took control of the franchise and I was looking for new partners to bring the show back and bring it back in a big way, and Jordan was kind of a dream scenario. It's almost like, do I even dare think it? Like, there's no way. Like, Jordan's not going to do this, because there's no one better at comedy and horror than Jordan. And to merge those two worlds, like Scare Tactics, like we were talking about, is the perfect merging of comedy and horror. And so I went and, I talked to his company about, hey, I'd love to bring this back. I'd love to reimagine Scare Tactics. I'd love to do it with you all. And they were real receptive to it. And then didn't hear anything back for a little bit. And then I noticed Jordan was doing a screening of one of his movies, of Wendell and Wild, his stop motion animation movie that's on Netflix. And I saw he was going to be there, and there was going to be a reception beforehand. So I thought, well, let me go put myself in front of Jordan, and introduce myself. And that's what I did. And I took my daughter Tessa with me, and she was kind of my publicist, and she kind of pushed me in front. She's like, okay, he's free. Go talk to him. Go, go, go. And so I went and said, hey, Jordan, my name's Scott. I created a show called Scare Tactics. And he stopped me right there. He goes, well, then I have to thank you for hours of entertainment. I said, what do you mean? And he goes, I am a huge fan of your show. And then he listed off a bunch of his favorite bits, probably the Bigfoot bit, probably Rat Monster. I think we're among those. And we just kind of went back and forth sharing, talking about scaring and comedy and stuff like that. And I said, well, I'd love to, reimagine the show with you and your company. He goes, that sounds amazing. Let's do it.
Awesome.
And so we teamed up and with, NBC Universal and USA, we reimagined, the show, a modern version of Scare Tactics. And that's what we're coming out with.
It's very exciting. And then finally, how does this season of Scare Tactics top previous seasons? Why do you think fans of the show and viewers should tune into this reboot?
I think because we've reimagined in the show in a way that the bits are so creative. We really strive for that cinematic look. We've done something this season that we haven't done before in the way we set up and kind of tag the pranks, in that sometimes there'll be a little scripted scene between our actors that plays out before the bit happens to kind of set the scene. Which is something we haven't done before and really adds to kind of the cinematic feel of the show. Then we have, of course, the pranks themselves, and then sometimes we tag them with another little scene that's a continuation of the actors who were in the scene. We never have the heroes, the people we're pranking, act in those scenes. It's always the before and after with our actors that kind of adds to the cinematic feel of it. So I think the music, the effects, the look of the show is so much better. The creative is incredible. We had an amazing writing staff coming up with these bits. So I think people are going to really lean into the creativity and the cinematic quality of this season. And hopefully original fans will love it. And hopefully we'll grab a bunch of new fans too.
Scare Tactics, the classic comedy horror series reimagined by Jordan Peele and MonkeyPaw Productions, airs Fridays at 10, 9 Central on USA, with premiere on October 4th, also airing simultaneously across Bravo, SYFY, and E! Thank you so much, Scott Hallock, for your time. Dream come true speaking with you today. I'm obsessed with the show.
Oh, Rowell, that's so nice. Thank you. Take care. Thanks for your kind words.